All right, here we are, stage 2 BPT tournament. So many fantasy fishing events, so fast all the time. And this one you're going to want to watch because this is a tricky one. This is complicated. There's multiple lakes. There's multiple minimum fish weights. A lot of things to strategize when you're picking your lineups for this event. So stay tuned for that because this one's going to could trip some people up. Quick check-in to my Beat HellaBass League to see who is in the front running position. I'm kind of middle of the pack. Got some work to do. I'm I don't know, 170 pounds out of the lead. Matt Pride in the driver's seat to get some Super K Jig gift cards for end of the year. So good luck to you, Matt. Hopefully you can hold off Benjamin and Rusty and a few others. And you'll be set up with some made in the USA, hand-tied, made in Wisconsin custom jigs. If the rest of you are too patient or don't think you're going to be able to track down Matt, then you can use the code down below, HellaBass15, and there'll be a link to Super K Jigs in the description. Also peeking in on the Predictor game leaderboard. Still trying to join all of these leagues. There will be descriptions down below. I'm actually sitting right here. I'm 14th. I'm just 2 points off the lead here. Jaden and Kenny, both with 7. They are sitting in the pole position, but there's a lot of season left, so don't get discouraged. And like these guys and many people thank me in the comments whenever I post these videos. They thanks for posting because I would forget to set my lineup if I didn't get these videos. So if you don't want to be the person that's having a great season and is going to miss their lineup, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then that's just extra insurance that you're going to get a lineup every single event. It gets really complicated with all the back-to-back events of MLF and Bassmaster, and it's easy to miss them. All right, let's start to peel back the layers of how complicated stage 2 is. One, it's on both Cherokee and Douglas Lake, and they put Cherokee first and then Douglas, but that's not actually the order they're going to fish them. So all of the qualifying rounds will be done on Douglas Lake, which is primarily a largemouth fishery with a few smallmouth. Most reports are saying Douglas is fishing okay, but it's on a little bit of a downswing. It's definitely not the hottest it's been. Deep, clear impoundment reservoir. There are some smallmouth, there are some spots, but it's predominantly a largemouth lake. They are setting the minimum at, I believe, 1 pound 3 ounces, which is pretty low, which gives me an inclination that the fishing isn't super good on Douglas Lake. So the people that are going to advance out of the qualifying rounds, top 20 in each group A and B, are going to have to primarily catch largemouth, deep, clear water. I think this is going to definitely play into the scopers. I think jerkbaits will play a big role. Some cranking, single swim baits. If they could throw A-rigs, probably would dominate, but they're not allowed to throw A-rigs. So I think single hook swim baits, finesse, drop shot, shaky heads, jerk baits, things like that. Maybe some like rock crawler, wiggle wart type stuff. We're definitely looking at a pre-spawn situation here. So think about setting up your roster that balances guys that can do this to get in to the knockout and championship rounds, because you need to get them into those rounds to get as much weight as possible so that when they fish this other fishery that's completely different. So you got to balance this. Keep this all processing here. And then basically the top 40, 20 from each group, fish the knockout round. And then the top 10, so basically 30 will get eliminated, 10 will go on to the championship round. Weights carry over from the knockout round to the championship round. So it's basically 2 separate 2-day tournaments. Down here to get the extra sneaky info. So basically, qualifying round, Douglas Lake, knockout round, Cherokee, championship round, Cherokee Lake. Practice will be the 15th through the 17th. Tournament starts on the 18th. So 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, Douglas Lake. And then 22nd and 23rd will be on Cherokee. Here's where the minimum scoreable bass are. Douglas, 1 pound 6 ounces. Cherokee, 1 pound 13 ounces. Now, as we move on to Cherokee, Cherokee is definitely a smallmouth first fishery. Now, it does have some good largemouth. There are some spotted bass in there, but expect the bags to be primarily dominated. The guys that are going to do the best should be weighing almost all 5 smallmouth. They're not going to get tripped up by any length regulations and special rules around that, because if they're heavy and fat, it's a minimum weight thing. They don't need to have a legal measurable bass necessarily. So they can pretty much put anything on the scale, immediate release. So that 1 pound 13 ounce is the mark, and there should be plenty of smallmouth where people can really concentrate on smallmouth almost the whole event. But there will be some people that do have some success fishing largemouth because there are some quality largemouth in this lake. Make sure you get your lineups in by Saturday morning early. So just get them done this week or Friday night. Make sure you don't get caught in that bind. My group A, I'm going Dylan Hayes because he did really well here. I think you can go back and look. I want to say 2019, somewhere in there. They had an April event on Cherokee Lake that Andrew Upshaw won on the MLF FLW Tour. Dylan Hayes, I think, took third, and he, I think, primarily fished largemouth. But we're looking for guys that can catch largemouth and then transition into smallmouth. So I got Dylan Hayes, Jesse Wiggins, Shin Fukai, Michael Neal, and Mark Daniels Jr. We're looking at guys that are pretty balanced, good with their electronics, not afraid to finesse fish. Moving on to Group B, I got Attifo. He knows a ton about Douglas. He's almost a shoo-in to make it into Cherokee. Wheeler, can't ever leave him off your list. Ebert, obviously proven that he can catch him just about anywhere. He caught him on Norman. He caught him on Clark's Hill. Should set up really well for him and his electronics and the way he likes to fish. Spencer Shuffield, same thing. He should be really good, especially once he makes it to Cherokee. He should be a lock to put together some really good bags. And then Nat Becker, I think he had like a top 5 finish here when it was more April tournament, which was more of a spawn tournament. But I think that's still going to apply that knowledge, and I expect him to do really well. As far as our tiebreaker, what will the one-day championship round weight be for this event? So it's what the winner's going to catch on the final day, even though they get to carry over their knockout weight. So I'm going to go 18 pounds, 4 ounces. I think that's what the winner's going to need to catapult themselves into the victory. Now let's jump over to the predictor. You got until the 20th to get these in, but why wait? So your first question here is, who will be the highest Mercury Marine angler? I'm going to Cody Bear. I think Wheeler, also a decent pick here, or Dustin Cannell, all three of them. Those would be my 3 favorites, but I'm going to Bear. Then you got to pick the best finishing Tennessee pro, and there's like 97 of them in this tournament. But I'm going Michael Neal. Just got a feeling that he's hasn't had the greatest success, and he's due, and this should set up well for him and his skill set. But Attifo, Wheeler, Becker, Coulter, all could be really good picks. Total weight caught by the last angler during the knockout rounds. Who's going to finish 10th out of 40? And actually, now that I think about it, I think I'm going to change that to 15 pounds. I think it's going to be right around there. And we're talking about 40 anglers, the top 10. I think it's going to be like 14 to 15, I think. So hedge your bets what you think it's going to be. Largest bass caught during the championship round. So that's down to 10 anglers. I absolutely think somebody will get a 5-pound plus smallmouth. So I'm going there. Unlikely somebody's going to, somebody could catch a 7-pound largemouth, and maybe there's a chance that it could just be like a 415, 414 smallie, but I think it's a pretty safe bet that they'll get one over 5 pounds. How many total bass going 4 pounds in the knockout round and the championship round? So you got 40 anglers in the knockout round, 10 anglers, I think, in the championship round. I'm actually going to bump this up a little bit. I think we're gonna get in the 20s, I think. How many anglers will score a one-day total greater than 12 pounds out of 10 on the championship day? I'm going 7. I think there'd be a couple of guys that struggle, maybe have 8, 9, 10, 11 pounds, but I think most of them, almost all of them, will have over 12 pounds on the final day. Hope that helps you out. We'll get back to the fishing videos here really soon. But in the meantime, if you're ate up with this fantasy fishing as much as I am, make sure you watch the playlist on the screen right here.